Alright flexers, personal session going down today. I am at the MadHouse and this gym has been so incredible so far this week that I feel obliged to take you all through it. So it's going to take some time, but I'm going to walk you through, show you all of the kit, and then I'm going to hit a leg session. And you may be familiar with the nomenclature or the acronym called an AMRAP, which is as many reps as possible set. Today I'm going to do an as many machines as possible. So an AMRAP for legs. Wish me luck. All right, we are inside. I don't know where to start, so I'm just going to start and let's just see where we end up. All right, so entrance of the gym is here. First and foremost in the gym, we have back equipment that is pin loaded. This is all chest supported low to high rows. Let's go for a walk. Next up, we have back equipment as well, chest supported pin loaded machines here on the left. On average, we're looking at around about 6 to 7 pieces of kit per side. This is all pullovers. So we have 5 pullover machines here. The cool thing is that every one is a different brand or a different year of when that brand was made. Next, another 4 pullovers, followed by some pin-loaded pull-downs. Again, about 6 pieces of kit per row at the moment. We now move into the next row, and again, we've got more pull-downs, pin-loaded. As we enter into this next section, we now have plate-loaded pullovers. On this floor alone, we're talking about 13 pullover machines, and there are additional ones out the back. Now we get to the wall of lat pull-downs or high to low pull-downs. These are mixtures of pin-loaded and plate-loaded, and it goes all the way to the back, but I'll get to that in a second. Next row, chest-supported rows. We've got some prime, some panada. We then have some hammer strength low to high rows. Again, 6 kits per row. We move back here. We're still looking at more pull-downs. Now we get into another fun section. Plate-loaded, chest-supported rows here. Oh, let this get this focused. And we're back. Plate-loaded, chest-supported. More plate-loaded, chest-supported. So there's some really interesting kit here. You've got, eventually you'll see there's bicep curl machines from Stairmaster, you've got Rogers, you've got Hammer Strength, you've got Prime, you've got Nautilus, you've got Cybex. I think there was one called Nebulous. You've got Flex Rows, you've got all sorts. Body Masters is another brand that's quite common here. Nebula is this chest supported T-bar row. So as you can appreciate right now, we're still in the back equipment section. We are not finished yet. We're now into the T-bar sections. Standing, various chest supported, this cool contraption, and then again, more pull downs. A nice big seal row, and there is an outdoor area here, or outdoor, a different section here, which I'll take you through now. No, I'll take you through that later on. All right, we're moving into Smith machines and dumbbells. Cool dumbbell rack for self-assisted dumbbell pressing. Just take a moment here and appreciate this. All right, so we've now come at the back of this aisle. We've got all of our bench equipment. Again, more bench equipment here. To the right, we're going to see all the chest equipment, but not going there just yet. We are now moving into seated chest press machines, which are on the other side of the back equipment that we were looking at before. But again, every section has a double to triple row. We're now looking at all the prime equipment. Some Strive equipment is another brand that you can see inside this gym. Still going with chest supported. Various fly machines. We've got 1, 2, we've got 3, 4, 5, and 6 different fly machines just here. A few different machine-based presses. Cable work to the left. More plate-loaded chest. We're now getting back towards the start of the gym. Got some cable-based life fitness equipment, more Cybex, some pendulum-based pressing, which you'll see in the session with myself and Ryan, a really cool piece. Some free motion cables. This big contraption, chain drive and Nautilus, have not used that. Again, 5 pieces of chest kit on each side here, of varying degrees of age. You've got chain loaded, you've got belt loaded, you've got cable loaded, or belt drive is more appropriate, again more free motion. These are all incline fly machines of various ages. Again, we've got Nautilus, we've got Body Masters. These actually feel fantastic. And now I'm going to take you, I won't take you down this aisle, but the aisle that I just walked is now also going to go all the way down here, and this is all chest. What have we got to lose? Let's go for a ride. Tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of different pieces of chest kit. Add another brand to that list in Gym 80. Great Nautilus piece, that one. Alright, end of the chest section. We're now moving into hip extension based work all here. We've got 12 to 13 pieces of kit here. We're now moving into the shoulder press machines, coupled with different type of leverage tricep dip machines, some Strive triceps here on the right, and again, these are all plate-loaded shoulder presses. This is a cool piece of kit. Standing tricep pushdown, plate-loaded, some old-school flex leverage, old-school Strive. Lots and lots of shoulder work down there, but we won't interfere those that are training. And at the back side of this, we've got bicep machines, coupled with the back side of the legs, which I will get to last but not least. More bicep equipment. Bet you never knew that the Stairmaster brand do a bicep curl. You'll see that one with myself and Ryan as well. Incredible piece of kit. All of this on the right is hamstrings. We've got kneeling, we've got semi-hip flex, we've got fully hip flex, we've got fully hip extended, we've got laying. Again, we've got more tricep work. Now we're coming into the leg section. We've got calves. This machine is something I've never seen before. This is a hip rotation. You stand here and you literally rotate at the hip while holding on. Leg extension kit. And off we go into leg pressing. Leg pressing and leg extensions. There must be at least 15 different pieces of leg extensions. At least, I don't even know, 20 different pieces of leg pressing. We've still got leg extensions here. Leg extensions more and more and more. We've got heaps of different squat patterns here. Some laying plate-loaded hem. And we're moving into some leg press equipment. As I said, today I'm going to take you through as many machines as possible. I won't get them all done, that's for sure. We got some kickbacks, Nautilus leg press, another Nautilus leg press, a good old classic GHR, some hip extension stuff. Now we're moving into a little bit more dumbbell work here. Interesting piece of kit, this one. Alright, I'm going to take you to the other side of this. Lots of different 90-degree hips, 90-degree leg presses, sorry. Unilateral, bilateral. There's about 4 different versions there. We've got the Rogers pendulum, the classic Cybex hack, the original pendulum of all pendulums. We've got a vertical leg press, another vertical leg press, The old Rogers true squat, sorry. This is like a variation of like a sissy squat, a power squat. This big bad boy, big pendulum squat. Some power cages. The most crazy looking front loaded chain drive. This is a 60-degree leg press. Really interesting piece of kit. I might actually use that today. I tried it out the other day and it was phenomenal. And yes, we are still going. We have the monstrosity that is this very well-known piece of hamstring kit. I have used it before. I can't say I like it. The strength tips off the end. And now we're into plate-loaded hacks. And then we're into some more hip extensions. I don't even know what that is. Cyrenix. We've got a weighted lunge. I don't even know what that is. Another lunge machine. Hip extension. Squats. Hip extension here if the lighting wants to kick in. And probably some of people's most favorite, but hard to come by, calf, which is this Icarian. And that for now is the round number 1. So that was 11 minutes of a walkthrough. I actually missed one row, which was a bunch of shoulder work. Now, I came to this back section before, which is like a powerlifting section, strongman section. I'm going to take you through now. It also takes you through into an old school section. Quick one. Cameo from Mr. Ryan. All right, so let's go. So from the main gym floor, we go out the back here. Now is when it starts to get super interesting and the museum style of this gym kicks in, because you have some very old school kit here, including this guy. Super, super, super old school kit. You got an old kit up top that's ready to be refurbed, or is just there for looks, I'm not sure. A chain drive, shoulder press, or Viking press probably more accurately to be spoken about. Let me take you back through this section before I go back over there. This is where pullover machine number 14 and 15 exists. The original Nautilus pullovers that you would have seen in Blood and Guts. That makes number 14, sorry I should say. I've seen one of these inside Bunker Gym in Germany, which was super cool to see. This is number 15 pullover. This actually makes number 16 pullover, which I did not see the other day. Oh, 17 and 18. Make that 18 pullovers in one gym. Now in here you go into an old school section. I'll take you back up through where we were in a second. Here is some interesting kit specific to various degrees of athleticism. This is a wrist master. This is an ab machine. We've got rotation based stuff here. I think rotation on this machine, I'm not sure. We've got an arm wrestle and we've got an internal and external rotation shoulder machine. Old school chain drive, I think hip extension, abduction, adduction, definitely abduction, some laying hamstring curl. This piece of kit doubles as multiple things in one. I think I've seen Sean Clarita on this. It's an extension and also a leg press. And then just because this place is cool as fuck, we've got a pram on top and some skeletons working on their muscles that they don't have there. Again, this is all for strongman. Which then takes us back in. Well, not back in. Oh, hang on guys, we've got a little bit more. Some ab work. There's so much cool memorabilia through this gym as well. All right, and into another room. Taz? Do you know Taz? Bicep curls, high bicep curls, all different types of kit here. And again into another old school leg equipment room. I don't know how old some of this kit is, but this one here is very interesting. This one just here. This is a laying hamstring curl. You lay on your side, paint yourself like a French girl, and then curl towards your bum. And now the fun begins as well in regards to the museum component of this. Throughout the entire back section here, there's heaps of memorabilia. Magazines, on magazines, on magazines. Different steins from, I believe, all around the country, or around the world, I should say. Magazines. Old school dumbbells. Old school Charles Atlas memorabilia. Old school Sandow memorabilia. Different variations of muscle paraphernalia. Barbie, this is dedicated to females specifically. Again, more old school magazines. We've even got minions that do muscle. So all different types of cartoon-based muscle paraphernalia. Oh my god, they are pepper and salt shakers. That's fucking incredible. And this really cool cage of old school dumbbells, which I'm not too sure about, before we then head back out into the gym. And that, my friends, is 15 straight minutes of a tour of this gym, which is absolutely incredible. Again, just heaps of cool shit everywhere. It truly is the MadHouse. Take that in for a moment. Righto, exercise number 1, the monster pendulum. It actually has rolling back pads, which is really comfortable. My experience on this thus far is that it wobbles a lot, so you probably can't go too heavy. But I find this to be very good the lower you go. The higher you go, because of how deep you can go on this, you end up getting a lot of knee movement back this way, and it hurts the front of the knees a bit. So I'm actually going to shoot this quite low on the pad and really make this a knee flexion based squat pattern. Haven't tested this weight yet, so let's see how we go. Oh, that shit feels fucking incredible. If you can't go to quads, come to MadHouse. You've only got to fly all the way to Atlanta, and this shit is fire. Now I would normally start with a bit of quads, but thought it's pretty boring for you guys to watch, so thought I'd start with that. Now they're a bit fried, I'm gonna go hit some hamstrings, give them a bit of a rest. One thing I actually didn't show you in here too is there's 2 posing rooms as well, but let's go do the sideways laying hammer strength. Sorry, sideways laying Nautilus hamstring curl. Now before I do this, I'm not gonna lie, I tried this the other day. It's not that great. The range is super short, but it's still fun, so here we go. Now technically, the closer you can get your hips, so your body to here and your hips here, the more stretch they'll be in regards to your hamstrings. I feel like because of the position I'm in, I should really be doing this. How does this make you feel? I apologise for nothing. I only played with it the other day. Not great for a full stretch. Also doesn't really feel fantastic because it's chain drive and it's a bit gritty, but I don't think there's ever a hamstring curl that I could grind like that other than the Cybex seated hamstring curl, where I could grind through the short position and get no anterior tilt in regards to my hips, so none of this. So, pros and cons, but just because it looks cool doesn't mean it is cool. This took some time to figure out, but it's a kneeling hip extension, similar to an old school Nautilus back extension, but you get in the how you doing position, very vulnerable. I would feel very uncomfortable if someone was behind me, but I'm going to do very light load just to show you this because it's super interesting. The brand is Glute Builder, I think. Check this out. So let me just get down here. You can move this foot pad back so your feet go in here, your quads go in here, your back goes on this. Then it has a release valve or release handle on the top to get you in a position. You can also change the height of this by the looks of it, which I haven't done, but just because I'm going to go light on this, you can now see what it looks like. Very, very interesting. All right, this is that 60-degree leg press that I like. This thing's fucking cool. It's got shoulder pads, and the angle of this is actually really good. I tried this bilaterally and couldn't really get particularly deep, but unilaterally, it's very good. And I actually haven't tried this load just yet, so let's just see what this goes. Now, you may actually see my heel coming off the pad then. I don't mind that, to be honest, when you're trying to get maximum knee flexion, so long as you don't have any issues with the ankle with stability. It's no problem with it at all. Especially when dorsiflexion or your toe coming to your shin is a limiting factor to knee flexion because of immobility. Not gonna lie, that feels fucking incredible. I have no idea what machine number I'm up to, but I'm only going to show you this one because it's interesting, not because it actually feels particularly good. This would be great for somebody who's a very quad dominant squatter and actually wants to be a little bit more of a hip extension based to the squat. It's super light though. I've just put 3 plates aside and it's barely enough load to mess with, but let me just show you it so you can see how it functions. So it actually is pretty good at getting reasonably deep into hip flexion like this, and then it's very much like forward or anterior translation of the hips. So it's like really hip flexion based, very little knee flexion, as you can see at the bottom here. This is at its maximum depth. Knee flexion is minimal, but hip flexion is a lot. So if you drive up and forward with your hips, actually feels as I was saying, actually feels pretty good for that. But man, you'd have to put plates on plates on plates. Alright, another example of something that kind of looks cool but isn't cool. I'm not even going to do a full set on this because it just doesn't really feel that good. So the cool thing is you've got adjustable seat pad, can go further forward, but I'm as far as it goes, and adjustable shoulder pads is to lock you in. But the way this leverages, it goes very, very high. Now, the problem is you can't really get full extension of the knee. It's pretty much just sitting here. I think if you probably use this like more of a adductor, get your feet low enough like this, you could actually press in this I'm about to have a baby position. But I'd wish I could probably get them shorter, if I'm honest. The cool thing is you can get maximum depth like this because you can stop it from bottoming out. But I mean, you know, some machines aren't made for your morphology. That's not to say that you can't adapt them to also suit an intended target muscle, which that for adductors on a stretch, if you're trying to do like really stretch focused adduction, or more specifically actually stretch focused abduction with moderate adduction in regards to the range of shortening, actually not bad. All right, some people may have actually seen this before on a few of the bigger bodybuilders' names pages. This is the true squat. I'll tell you what, it's very interesting in that it feels unnatural for where you need to put your feet if you want to have more of a traditional squat. You actually almost have to have them underneath you. I can't see my toes from here because if I don't, it actually hinges me too much at hips. Whereas this, the way that this works, it actually sits you straight down, and this is actually bottomed out right now, but feels good. Alright, come on, we'll get a full set in here. How many do I have left? Put it in the comments. Oh, I thought I had one more. I don't know if you saw that. Then I started to go back down. Whew. That was almost a full foul. You know, despite all of the cool shit that you can find in a gym, I think choosing exercises are really about 2 major considerations. One, does it effectively target the muscle you're trying to achieve to be maximally targeted with a high degree of stimulus for a relatively low degree of fatigue if possible, but not always possible. You know, like some big compound movements are absolutely necessary and are very fatiguing. And you also don't want to isolate. I'm not suggesting you should find exercises that isolate, but rather target what you're trying to achieve. And 2, a low risk for injury with consistent progression. And then the other thing I want to say is, even with all of this equipment available, I still think machines that mimic the way in which the human body is designed to work biomechanically are almost always the best. So something with a legitimate squat pattern, something with a legitimate hip hinge, and like all of the booty builders out there that are doing this very isolated external rotation or abduction, they're fine, but the glutes and the hamstrings are true hip extenders. If you think about a sprinter, they have massive asses and they're incredibly efficient at driving their foot backwards in hip extension, and that's what this machine is, and it feels fucking awesome. Surprise, surprise. So have a look at me getting a bigger bum. Bonus exercise. This thing is fucking massive. I'm not going to put any load on it because why would you? But let me take you up to this treehouse. You wouldn't want to be afraid of heights to be up here. All right. Now from memory, this thing does not feel good because it dips away. So because it's got no load on it, it's terrible, but this is it. If you hear anything crashing and burning, it's because my phone has come out of my pocket. I honestly don't even know what muscle I would feel. Maybe glutes more than anything because the knee extension's so shit and the knee flexion's also shit, but look, not a great exercise. Hammer strength. What are you thinking? Also, imagine if you're absolutely fucked getting down from here. Like, sorry guys, let me just fall down here while my legs are absolutely cooked. Now, there's no modifiability to this, unfortunately, but because I've never used it before, I'm going to use it. It's like a really nice hip extended leg extension in that, you know, my hips are like almost like straight forward, so you're actually going to get a really good stretch up through recto. You don't get as much depth, but you could easily chuck a pad in around the feet. It's belt drive, which I like, and it's plate loaded, so it's a bit different. I've actually not even got in this yet, so let's just see what this feels like. We'll do one-legged because I've only put 2 plates on. It's exactly as it feels in that it's very dominant stretch through hip, through rec fem, but a really, really smooth contraction. How many do I have left? Put it in the comments below. Oh, I gotta stop saying that, it keeps killing my reps. Let's do a rest pause. It's nice for rec fem. It's got a real like good stretch on there. No, sorry, like. All right, guys, this is called a full body press. I'm not gonna lie, I thought I was gonna fucking fall over. Thankfully, I've got my trusty personal trainer here in Cam, IPB Pro Cam George, and he seems to be a professional at this because I started like this, thinking it was a shoulder press, but it ain't a shoulder press. It's a full body press. Liz, if you're editing this, can you please put a cape on me? Dun, 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 dun. Why? Why, Cam? Can you tell me what this is? Ready?
Do one foot up, one hand up, 1 foot up.
All right. I can't do 1 foot up. All right. Hang on, what am I doing?
Left hand up, right foot up.
Oh, yeah, gotcha. And repeat. All right, crew, that's me done. I'm finishing on the super press. Oh, there is so much kit here, I haven't even touched the sides. But I actually feel relatively well worked out from a leg perspective. Into the posing room. Mr. Cam, we are currently 1:50 p.m, 2 meals in, 1 day out.
24 hours out.
500 grams of carbs in 2 meals. At least another 500 to go. Very, very good. Oh, very white. Someone get this man a tan. If you like this content, remember to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Train smarter, not just harder.